Here we go. We are about to go live.
Woohoo!
Mm-hmm.
There we
Okay,
go.
here we go.
Good
So,
morning.
hello. Here we are. I'm Sarah,
And I'm Helen.
and we are committed parenting. And we are
Really
here.
are.
Yes, we are here. This is part of a podcast. We are here to have conversations that make a difference, conversations where families get to thrive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every Friday.
Every Friday, 9:40 Pacific time, with a couple minutes of margin of error. We are here, and we are here to have a conversation each month, taking on looking at a commitment. We're committed parenting, and every month we look at a different commitment that, as a parent, you can stand in and see your family through, and create your family through, and keep it fresh, alive.
Yes.
Some real life tools and some real life conversations.
Really well said.
I know.
You might have considered this thing before.
Ooh. Yes, and everything around here, just so you know, it's really about being perfectly imperfect. You know, you are absolutely perfect exactly how you are, and parenting looks different for everybody.
There is no prescription.
There isn't. And so we're not
And
here to
really,
tell you how it is or what to do.
yeah. No, we're not. And what we did a little review, and really what matters to us is what Sarah said at the top, that families thrive. Not one
Yeah.
part of the family, not one aspect, but really that families thrive. And however that
Whole
looks
thing. Yeah.
is personal to you, right?
Yeah.
Not our prescription.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and we each
Yay!
have different things that are important to us in our family. So here we go. So this month we've been taking on the conversation of savor, like standing in savor. And it's like, what does that offer your family? What does that make available for all of us and for each moment? And how does that bring a different kind of presence or availability to our family and something kind of fun and fresh? And
It's
so
brilliant.
last week we were really looking at the first week we looked at savor and what it offered. Last week, refresh me, Helen, what did we look at?
What it looks like to savor.
Yeah, what it looks like, all the ways. Like, it was like, let me count the ways we could savor. And for the week we actually took on, we had Shannon with us last week with her Love
We
More
did.
book, and coming from the places of counting the ways you could savor. And like, what are all the ways in your family that you could really take on savoring the moment? And the actually takeaway activity that we had was like, sit down and even talk with each of your family members, talk with each of the people, and how do they love to savor the family? How do they love to savor this moment? And really take a look at like how you could create savor in your environment.
You're so good at summing things up. Thank you.
Oh, there we go. So what showed up for you inside of that?
All the places I didn't do that.
And that's something to know, like, and that's perfect, right? Because often it's through the contrast of where we notice it's not that we get related that there might be a missing or something that we want to put in.
Yeah. Yesterday was like I think it's like 5 days till Christmas, which we celebrate. And I said out loud at least 3 times, this is my favorite number of days away from Christmas, because it's just enough time that it's not at my doorstep yet. I can still anticipate it. And there's enough time to make stuff happen that if I haven't made stuff happen that I need to. It was right in that moment of creating. Yesterday was my favorite day. And what showed up was a lot of action around other things. And it wasn't actually around savoring the time to come. It was a lot about planning, but not about savoring in the moment. Except there are always these glimpses. We came home last night, Adrian and I were at a classroom, and we came home last night, and Ella she had a shower, and then she came up and she put her hair up in a completely new way I've never seen her do. And she suddenly, in a blink of an eye, went from my little 10-year-old with long hair to oh my word, here are my tweeners, watch out world. And in that moment, I was just like, wow, I'm so grateful to be here right now. I'm even moved about it now. Just to watch it. And I think that's the one thing I want to say is I notice the times I savor are the unexpected ones. When I come home from something, that's often the best time with my kids, because they've done whatever they've done and they're ready to be connected, you know? And like, I don't know, we have the best times at midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning sometimes, because that's the moment we're all present, you know? And so I guess I'm also just sharing that from the space of, it didn't look like a lot of savoring happened, but when I really look, in reality, there are these moments I can point to every single day where we've actually had that chance to like be with each other and just like lap it up. Yeah.
Mm. Mm. I love that. And it's, I don't know, something in the air about late night savoring. And like yesterday, it was well, it's just even being this idea of like, how does each person savor, right?
Mm,
Like, and it's like
mm,
my kids would look at, you know, especially my two younger ones and on read, they would look at, you know, savoring the day would look like, you know, certain kinds of activities together as a family. You know, savoring for my husband would really be out in nature or outside
mm,
or taking on something physical, moving the body with a family. And for me, it's more of like actually kind of like lounging with nothing to do with the
mm,
family. Like, so it's all
mm.
like, you know, it could be similar, but yesterday we actually kind of perfect crossover. We went and we did an adventure and we went to like some of the favorite beaches the boys love to go to. And we really created it as a savor time. Like, okay, we went
Mm.
early and we packed our favorite stuff in a picnic and we went over to this coconut beach is what they call it. And it was just, it was like magical. I got to lounge and relax. My husband got to like walk through nature with the boys and play, and the boys really got to, you know, take on beating up coconuts and like throwing them into the ocean. And I could just like look in the distance and I see like the brothers really playing together like these imaginary games, which I get are really like fleeting in the ages that they
Mm,
are. Like, they're not going to be
mm,
around for a lot longer. So
mm,
for me, just
mm,
witnessing that, I was like just filled up. My whole heart was just filled up, and who I was
mm.
filled up. And I could just look at each
Amazing.
of us. We were each filled up. And then last night it was like, it was late, and usually it's like get ready for bedtime, and it was just, hey, who wants to watch a movie? And everybody's like sitting around the bed on a boat. We're on a 36-foot boat right now. We're all on the bed and we're like, let's watch like a Christmas special. And it was just such
Oh,
a beautiful moment to just savor together, be there, listen to them laugh, even just work out which video we were gonna watch. It was, oh my, like, I'm filled up. I'm really filled up.
you really are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like that's what savor offers. Yeah.
It really does. It really does. Like yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
And so
keep saying
this
it really
week,
does.
and so this week we're like diving in another aspect of savor. So we've been taking on these aspects of savor about like what savor offers, how we can savor. And another key point that we like when we look, it's like another point of savoring is how are we capturing the savor?
Yes.
You know, because
Yes.
like when we do savor something, it's like held in a space, like it's like almost paused in time. We get to like go and sip on it again or taste it or be with the moment. And often it's because it gets captured. Sometimes it gets captured just in simply a memory.
Mm,
And there's different ways we can capture these savoring moments that we can then look back on and we can take a look at. And sometimes even just this whole idea of like when we're intentional about capturing something, we're very present to the moment. We're really present
mm,
to what we're creating, and we really kind of
mm,
like dig in or dive into savoring.
mhm,
So each
mhm.
family has different ways they might capture their moments and capture those like sparkly bits inside a family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I just you know, you pointed to it earlier when you talked about how your boys are this age where it's going to be fleeting that they do that stuff together.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but when I look back, um, even if I look back to my family of origin, do you know the things that I savor the most? Or they are snapshots, they're literal like pictures of those moments that I savor, and like in my head, that's where the memory has like been held together. I don't know how else to say it to you,
Yeah.
but if we don't, it's not like a bad thing, but we really want to capture those things, because otherwise they become just more of what's already happened, versus
Mm.
when we stop and like hold on to it for a second. And
Yeah.
then like then the opportunity is going forward. Other people can also hold on to it.
Yeah. I love it. I just got to be really present, even just sharing this. It's like when I was a little girl, I was probably like 5 or 6. And every time we were at my Nana's house, you know, somebody, I don't know which aunt or somebody, probably my Aunt Marcella, because she loves to like record stuff, would capture and record us like singing Christmas carols, or sometimes even just
Oh,
randomly press record with all the kids and cousins playing in
mm,
a room, just because it like they found it just so hilarious, all the interactions. But listening back on
mm,
that, you know, and it's like I don't listen back often, but it's almost like that moment. It's like I can go right back into that room with the cousins because I've heard it probably 5 to 10 times,
Oh,
and just to hear all of our voices when we're little and like to relate to ourselves, a piece of ourselves that I don't have a lot of memory around.
mm-hmm.
And it's really like beautiful. So I'm just really present to like the gift of capturing. Like when we capture as parents or in our family these moments, the gift it gives to our kids to, relate to what it was like when they were younger, where maybe their memory isn't as robust about it, and they get a
Yes,
little piece of themselves.
yes.
They get to hold on to this piece of themselves and their identity and who they were.
And I'm going to say to you, having lost both my parents, the thing that I miss the most is that, because I often want to still call my mom and say, so tell me again about, right? I
Mm.
want to know about. And so I don't mean to be funny, but like I do, I actually really like, it really matters to me that we capture these things,
Yeah.
being on this side of it, because that's what our kids are going to have. We're going to shuffle off at some point, right?
Yeah.
And they're going to want a way to have known themselves in these
Mm.
moments. Yeah,
Yeah. And so there's so many ways to capture. We do
I
a lot
know,
of
right?
pictures these days, like a lot of
Yes.
pictures these days and posting our pictures. And this time of year is actually one of my favorite things to do is I actually take all the pictures from the year and I'll go through them. And I'll just pick out like those ones that are just, oh yes, that's that moment, or that's this moment, or the kids will even involve themselves with what their favorite pictures are. And it becomes part of we have a living slideshow of all of our favorite moments from the year, and it gets added on. And so we play it all through the holiday season. And it's so
Mm,
great because every time I play it, it's always in the background. I'll play it off in the background. The slideshow is going through all of these moments of our life as a family. And next thing you know, everybody's on the couch watching it, regardless
yes.
of where. Like it just draws everybody in. And you get to keep those moments alive. And they're like, oh, remember when? Or, oh, that was hilarious. Or, oh my gosh, look at how you looked when you were that age. And it's like a really special time for me to go through that and keep that alive. So that's one
Hmm.
way our family captures. But
Hmm.
I'm noticing pictures are awesome, and I really love the video though, and I don't do that. Like just because you get the voices, you get the nuances,
Exactly.
you get the like
Yeah.
facial expressions and that's something I'm not actually capturing a lot of. And I really realize right now that it's really special to me and I want to take on. So over this
Yeah.
holiday season, which is perfect this week, just to take even those little micro 10-second video clips or 20-second video clips and to just store them.
Yeah.
Mm.
I honestly, I've done that in the last while just to catch also the interactions, because there's just such hilarity sometimes in the interactions, that I won't otherwise have, and it's just a fleeting thing. There was
Mm.
something else that you said that I'm
Well,
just
something I've
trying to
done in the
remember.
past too, it's like making the photo books, right? Like it's so fun to take your favorite pictures. And we even made a story as a family one time. We wrote like the story of the boys and who they were and these photo books, and it like captured, a
Hmm.
year, or it captured a holiday, or it captured, up until the point in their life, like each of them. And so
Do
that
you
was a
know?
really fun
Yeah, and you
experience.
know what? Somebody just shared with me last night what they do, and it's just related because they celebrate Christmas. Is they actually write a letter to each of their kids that goes in their stocking.
Oh,
Isn't that a brilliant way to capture who that
oh,
person is for this year?
oh, that's a beautiful way. What a way to acknowledge
Mm.
and share, and what a memento. Like,
Hmm.
it's funny, I actually now, yeah, I have this box at home of all the letters my mom wrote me. I do. I keep
Oh,
it. I keep it
yeah.
in a special place. And it's like,
She,
wow, I never
she
even
was,
thought like my kids
yeah,
might, want one day or hold dear letters,
yeah, yeah.
because that would be really beautiful.
But
Yeah.
she was saying exactly that. She that's the things the kids keep. She's
Mm,
seen them and they go back and read them. Yeah,
mm. That's amazing. And then regardless of where you are, they always have a piece of you and your love. I
exactly.
love that.
Exactly.
Oh, all the ways we could capture.
Hmm.
Yeah. We can write our stories. We can collect our family stories. We can sit around and everybody could record their favorite things about themselves or interview
Oh,
each other. Like that would be really
yes.
fun to
I
set up a
think
recording
interviewing.
interview.
Yeah, 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 for sure.
Yeah. Love it.
Brilliant.
So this
Okay.
week we got to take on capturing. Like, how are you going to capture your moments? How are you going to capture the savor? Capture that time and space and point in your life and in your family, and maybe bring this conversation to your family. How do they want to capture it? And it can look so many different ways. It can look through art and through music and through drawing and through letters. It could look so many ways, and we'd love to hear about it. Like, please
Yeah,
share all the different ways you're capturing, because we want to steal those ideas, and people watching want to steal those ideas because their families matter and they're looking for new ways to capture the moment.
definitely.
Yes.
definitely.
And as announced, just to close off, as announced, we have launched a beta version of a subscription service for committed parenting, a digital subscription. And it's really meant to have value and takeaway so that you get some like takeaway real life activities that enrich and enliven your family and what you're out to create and to really forward that Families Thrive mission that we're up to over here.
Yep.
Yeah, and so to get that beta version, and it's totally complimentary, this beta version, is all you need to do is sign up for our newsletter, our Tools of Connection newsletter. And I'll post the link here that you can sign up. You can also find it on our Facebook page at the top, or you can find it on our website. But sign up, put it in. There's lots of value coming your way. So sign up so that can be part of your family. And on top of that, because it's the season of giving, is share. Sharing is caring. So, share this subscription. Share that with a friend. Who else would love to take in this conversation and get these goodies delivered to them? And enrich and enliven their family so that their family thrives and they get to be in this conversation. Yes. So share away.
Brilliant.
Sign up to that newsletter, share that newsletter, and please post all the ways you're capturing.
Indeed.
And until next week, which there's a whole holiday season if you celebrate the holidays, may the best be for you. May your families just be rich and meaningful and connected. And connection really lives.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. And however you do, get together, be together. Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you.
See you next week.
Okay. Yes. Bye.
Bye.